You're listening to another AppleVis podcast.
Hello everyone. In today's recording, I'm going to show you how to dual boot macOS. This might be useful for when you want to beta test a new version, such as macOS 16, which is coming out here in June 2025. I'm going to show you how to dual boot macOS and how you can test the new beta without messing up your current operating system. So first, what we need to do is create an APFS volume. And the way we do that is by going to Disk Utility. Disk Utility is located in your Applications folder, then under Utilities, then Disk Utility. But an easier way to get there is by pressing Command-Shift-U when you're in Finder, which I will show you now.
Finder.
Now I'm going to press Command-Shift-U.
Now in /application/utilities, list view.
And now I'm in the Utilities folder. Now I'm going to interact with the list view table and start typing Disk Utility.
In the list view, no selection. Name disk utility.app application, level 1.
And now I can open it with either Command down arrow or Command O, which is what I'm going to use.
Open. Disk utility, disk selection table, row 6 of 15. Macintosh HD snapshot. Selected has keyboard focus.
Okay, yours might say a different number of things in the table because I've made some APFS volumes of my own. So first what we need to do is interact with this table and go and make sure that Show All Devices is checked, and you can do that by pressing Command 2.
Show all devices checked, row 4 expanded, row 5 expanded.
And you might get that, but let me just show you. So by default it might be on
Show only volumes checked.
Show only volumes, and I'll show you what the table looks like for
Toolbar.
this so you know if it's on that.
Disk selection table, row.
And I hit Command 1 to get to show only volumes.
In disk selection table, Macintosh 8 internal, expanded. Two
So at the
items
top of this table, if you have it set to volumes only,
internal, Macintosh HD volumes, HDR image, expanded, Macintosh HD, expand, Macintosh HD snapshot, Macintosh HD, data, left files, level 1.
and that's an APFS volume I created, you won't see that.
Disk images, expanded. Two
And
items
then there's disk images. I'm going to hit Command 2 to open all devices.
Row 4 expanded. Out of disk
It
select.
didn't say because it was in the
Vertical.
table, but you can hit Command 2 again.
Show all devices checked.
And it
Row
will
4
say show all
expanded. Row
devices checked. Now what we're going to do is go to the top of the table and we're going to look for something that says Container Disk 3. That is what it says on my Mac, and I believe that's what it says for all Apple Silicon Macs, but it might be different.
disk selection table, row in disk selection internal, expand.
I did Control Option Function left arrow to go to the top. Now I'm going to go VO right arrow, or you can also do VO down arrow.
Apple SST AP0512Q media, expanded.
So
One
if
item
here's something
enclosed.
like that, that's how you know you have show all devices checked.
Container disk 3, box image, expanded. Two
You
items
want to hear
enclosed.
that. It might say Container Disk 2 or 4. I don't know if it does, and the number might be slightly different. So now what we can do is press Control Option Shift M
Menu, 8 items.
and type add
Add APFS volume ellipsis.
to get to add APFS volume. I will now hit enter on this.
Untitled. Contents selected. Edit text.
So this is what you want to name your APFS volume. So since I am going to be using this for beta testing new releases such as macOS 16, I'm going to call this beta testing.
Selection replaced. B.
Okay, I've typed that in. Now I'm going to stop interacting with the text field.
Format.
I guess I already was
Beta
not interacting with it.
Format. Apps. Pop-up button.
That's APFS. You want to leave it at that. Other options.
Menu. Checkmark. APFS. Encrypted. APFS. Case sensitive. Encrypted. APFS. Checkmark. APFS. Checkmark. APFS.
You want to leave it at APFS.
Closing menu. Size options. Button.
Size options. Let's go in here.
None edit text. Reserve size. None. None edit text.
So
Blank.
the reserved size. So the thing about APFS volumes is, unlike a partition to a drive, they can share the disk space. Meaning, if your main, let's say in my case, macOS 15 is using 100 gigabytes of space, and my macOS 16 is using 300 gigabytes of space, I'm gonna have 200 gigabytes available. But if I delete 100 gigabytes, if I delete 100 gigabytes of stuff that macOS 16 is using, that number of available space in all volumes is going to go down because it's shared equally. So you're not like dividing it into two separate sections, you're allowing it to share it evenly. So
Reserve size, none edit text.
the reserved size is sort of like a size you want the volume to have available to it at all times. Meaning if you fill up your main macOS volume, your other volume will be fine because it has this much space and will be able to function properly. I'm going to give mine 30 gigabytes. That should be more than enough. Or maybe I'll do 40 to be safe. 40 gigabytes.
GB, pop-up button.
And you can change this.
Menu, MB, KB, KB.
KB, that's kilobytes.
MB.
MB, that's megabytes.
Checkmark, GB.
GB, that's gigabytes.
DB. In T, out of DB.
That's terabytes.
PB.
That's petabytes.
EB. EB, out of EB.
I don't know what that is.
EB.
But yeah, you can change it to a lot of different options, which is pretty cool.
Closing menu, quota size, none.
The quota size, I'm going to not enter a value. What this would do is limit the available space that the volume can use. If you set a quota size of, let's just say for simplicity's sake, you have a internal hard drive of 500 gigs and you set an APFS volume with a quota size of 30 gigs, you can only add 30 gigs worth of stuff and you can't go over. So it's basically like a limit as to what you can do.
None edit text, blank.
I'm going to leave that at none.
GB, OK, default button.
Now I'm going to hit OK.
OK, default button. Apps, pop-up, size options, button.
And now it's taking us back to the main APFS screen.
Cancel button.
We can cancel the operation, or we can
Add, default button.
add an APFS volume.
In dialog, expanded. Closing dialog, expanded. Adding is complete. Click 100% progress indicator.
So it added it really quickly.
Image, adding APFS volume, beta testing. 100% progress indicator. Adding is complete. Click done to continue. Expanded.
It doesn't say anything, but you can collapse and expand this
Collapsed.
with Control-Option /
Expanded.
and it will show you additional details.
Hide details. Details. No selection. In details, row 1 of 4. Adding APFS volume, beta testing. Selected. Empty cell. Empty cell. Operation successful.
And it's done.
Out of detail. Done. Default button.
So now we click Done.
Disk selection table, row 3 of 16. Container disk 3, box image. Selected.
And notice it now says 16.
Vertical disk selection table. In disk select Macintosh HD, Macintosh beta file, beta testing.
And here it is, and you can get info on it if you want. I'm going to quit Disk Utility now.
Finder.
Okay, one more thing I wanted to add real quickly is how to delete the beta volume if you no longer want to run beta versions of macOS, as well as a quick, easy way to access files on both partitions of macOS. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and open Disk Utility.
Finder, desktop, Macintosh HD, 4. Now in the list view. Disk utility.app application, disk utility, disk selection table, row 9 of 18. Macintosh HD snap.
So I'm going to find my beta testing volume that I made.
In disk select Macintosh file, disk images, Apple disk container disk iOS int app beta testing, Mac beta testing.
So it's going to say beta testing, and the other one,
Macintosh beta testing, data, level 4.
It's going to say data, like that. The one you want to remove is
beta testing.
this one. And you're going to do the same Control-Option-Shift-M on it.
Menu, 10 items. Delete APFS volume ellipsis.
And then hit Enter or Control-Option-Space.
In alert dialog, alert image. Delete APFS volume, beta testing. Deleting beta testing will permanently erase all data stored on it. You can't undo this action. Deleting beta testing will permanently erase all data stored on it. You can't undo this action. The system volume, beta testing, is a member of a volume group, a set of volumes containing macOS and user data, including the data volume, beta testing, data. You may delete just the system volume or all the volumes in the group. Delete volume group button.
And that's what you want. Delete volume group.
Cancel, delete button. Can't delete volume group button.
And that's the one you want. I want to keep this version of macOS, so I'm going to hit Cancel. But once you click delete, I'll show you how to test APFS volume here in a minute. But once you click delete, it will open up the details window and you can see it delete.
Cancel button.
I'm going to cancel this.
Disk selection table, row 5 of 18.
So that's how you delete the beta version of macOS if you no longer wanted to run it for any reason. So now I'm going to show a quick little way you can access files on both your regular macOS and your beta macOS, and that is with yet another APFS volume that you can put stuff on to access from both operating systems. I already have one called Files.
Beta testing.
Oops. And I will make a new one, and I'll also show you how deleting works, what it sounds like when you actually do delete it. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new APFS volume.
Menu bar, closing dial file, edit, restore ellipsis, add APFS volume ellipsis. Untitled, contents selected, edit text.
That is totally fine for this test.
Format, size option, apps, pop-up button.
And if you wanted to encrypt it, that way you need a password. I'll demo that here.
Menu, APFS, encrypted. In dialog, password, secure edit text.
Now it wants a password. I'll just make it 1234.
Verify, secure edit
Tab,
text.
1234.
Show password assistant button. Entering scroll area. Password hint, edit text.
And I'm going to make it ONE space TWO space THRE space FOUR. Because why not?
Can't choose button.
Choose.
Closing dial, size op, can't add.
I'm not going to ask for size options, and I'm going to click add.
Expanded, done, dimmed, details, in detail, untitled. Out, empty, operation successful.
And now it's done.
Out, done, default button. Disk selection table, row 5 of 19.
So
Finder, close window.
on the desktop
Macintosh
now,
Untitled, 494.4 gigabytes, 58 gigabyte.
this is the new APFS volume I just created. And you can open it from here or your other macOS volume and put stuff on it and open it from the other operating systems. So that is how I do that. And if you want to remove that volume, also keep in mind that everything on it will be deleted. But if you want to remove it, you can go back to Disk Utility.
Disk Utility, toolbar, in tool, out of disk selection table, in disk selection.
Find Untitled, in this case in the table.
App disk image, Apple disk image media, in Apple beta test, Macintosh, files, untitled.
And Control-Shift-M.
Menu, 10 items. Delete APFS volume ellipsis.
And we're going to delete it because I don't need this.
In alert dialog, deleting untitled will permanently erase all data stored on it. You can't undo this action. Cancel button, delete button.
And we're going to delete it.
In dialog, expanded, closing dialog, expanded. Hide details, dimmed details, no selection. In details, row, deleting APFS volume, untitled. Empty set, delete, unmounting disk, deleting APFS volume from its APFS container. Unmounting disk free S10. Erasing any XR session reference by, easy to remove, empty set,
So
operation.
this is a bunch of stuff that says what it's doing. It's fun to look at. But anyways, once you do that,
Out of done, default.
you can click done,
Disk selection table.
and now it's gone. So now I'll continue with the recording where I left off. So if you want to download beta installers, you can get them directly from Apple, or you can do what I'm going to do and install a production version of macOS onto the separate APFS volume, set it up from there, and update that volume via software update to macOS 16 when it comes out, which is what I'm going to do. So next, what we're going to do is search for, in my case, macOS Sequoia. If you're doing this a year later, you're going to search for whatever macOS 16 is called and download that.
May disk utility.app application, list view, no, in the list view, no selection. Name empty cell.
I'm going to type App Store.
App Store.app application, level 1.
Press Command O.
Oh, App Store, App Store.
I already had it pulled up, but I'm going to search for it again.
Mac OS Sequoia, content selected, search field, search text field, search hints.
So you can type
Trending
MAC,
searches, pop-up,
capital
search
O,
hints,
capital
pop-up.
S, capital SEQUOIA. And if you spell it wrong like I did earlier, you will still find it. It may not be the first result. Now you hit enter.
App Store, results for Mac OS Sequoia collection. In section, Mac OS Sequoia, Mac OS Sequoia utilities.
This is the one you want. Now you do VO space on it. And it makes that sound but doesn't say anything, and the interface has changed.
Minimize but full screen Mac clear search sidebar Levi back but share button. Mac OS Sequoia icon.
And that's the icon for the app.
Mac OS Sequoia. Utilities button. Get button.
And then you press get. What this will do is open for systems. This will open the System Settings app, and it will look like it's going to check for an update. But then it will ask you if you want to download the macOS version. So I'm going to go ahead and press get.
System settings. Now in software update. Sidebar. Verdict software. Progress install macOS on. Show the autumn download button.
Okay, I was trying to show you that it said checking for updates, but it opened this screen.
Alert image. macOS Sequoia. Are you sure you want to download macOS Sequoia 15.5? Not now. Download button.
And we can click download.
Software update. Software up. Downloading macOS Sequoia. 22.0 megabytes of 15.65 gigabytes. About 56 minutes remaining. 0% progress indicator.
Yes, this is a big software update file. So I will let this download, and I will be back as soon as it's done downloading. Alrighty, I am back. I have just finished installing the update. I tried to continue recording this earlier, but somehow it accidentally got stopped. So here we go again. So I've installed it, and it leaves a application in your applications folder, which is called install macOS Sequoia.app.
Finder / applications. Today install macOS Sequoia.app application.
So here's the app. It's a pretty big app.
To May 4th, 15.71 gigabytes.
Yeah, 15.71 gigabytes.
May today at install macOS Sequoia.app application.
So what I'm going to do is once you install macOS with this app deletes itself. And this app can be used to create a bootable installer or any means of restoring to macOS Sequoia 15.5. This is the full installer. So I want to keep this. I'm going to copy it and paste it somewhere else.
Copy.
And there we go.
List view.
And now I'm going to open the macOS installer app.
Open. Install macOS Sequoia window. macOS Sequoia has keyboard focus.
So here's the installer window.
Zoom macOS image. macOS Sequoia. To set up the installation of macOS Sequoia, click continue.
And if you've installed macOS from an installer, you'll recognize this, but I'll show it for those who haven't.
Continue. Default button. Agree. Disagree. A copy of the English. To continue in macOS Sequoia.
So here's the license.
To continue English. A copy. Disagree. A copy of the license will be saved on your system and can be found through About This Mac after installation. It is also posted at https://www.apple.com/legal/sla. In text.
What is that?
/ALS//SLA. SLA. Legal/.
Apple.com/legal/SLA.
Out of disagree. Agree button. In alert dialog, disagree
I
button.
hit agree, and then it says
I have read and agree to the terms of the software license agreement.
click agree.
Agree button. Continue button. Back but show all disks button. Macintosh HD. Select selected disk icon. Macintosh HD.
And
Selected
for
disk
me,
name.
it says Macintosh HD. There is no point installing the same version of macOS that's already on here. So I'm going to click show all disks.
Show all disks button. Window. macOS image.
And I'm going to find my beta testing disk.
macOS Sequoia. macOS grid 1 item selected. In grid 1 item beta testing 55.47 gigabyte free. Group 1 of 3.
Perfect. This is what I want.
Back but continue button.
And I stopped interacting with the grid.
Back grid 1 in grid beta testing 5 out of grid 1 item selected.
It didn't say it before when I stopped interacting, but yes, I stopped interacting with the grid, and now I'm going to click continue.
Continue button. Back button. Grid. Select a user to set as owner of the new volume.
And this is where you'd select a user for the new volume.
Grid. In grid. No action of image. Levi Gobin. No action available.
It says no action available, but if you interact with the grid and navigate, it'll automatically select.
Copy account settings from Levi Gobin. Checked.
And again, it didn't say that I stopped interacting with it, but
image.
you do have to stop interacting with it.
Out of grid 1 item selected. Copy account settings from Levi Gobin. Checked.
I would recommend checking that. That way it won't copy like all your settings, but it'll copy a few of your settings, like your username and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't copy your password though.
Back but install button.
And you click install.
In alert dialog cancel, you must plug in and connect your power adapter before installing. Your computer is not connected to a power source. You must plug in and connect your power adapter before installing.
Okay, I shall do that.
In password, secure edit text.
And now it wants my password, which I'll now type.
Authentication
typed it
failed.
wrong. Hooray.
Window, macOS image, cancel, 0 beta testing, select 1% progress indicator.
And now it is installing to the disk. I won't be able to record from my Mac when it restarts because I'll be in the new user and I don't have my recording stuff set up yet. But I'm going to get my Mac connected to a speaker and I will record setting up the new volume. I'll see you then. Alrighty, I am back. The update is about to install.
Restart, closing beta testing, closing applications and preparing to restart. Restart, dim default.
I think I have
authentication.
Oh, and there it goes. It's restarting. So now I switched to my JBL so that I could show you when it boots up what's going on. And there goes my Mac restarting. What it's going to do now is it's going to restart. VoiceOver might say something like installer progress has no windows. It tends to do that, and when it's in that mode you can't adjust the voice or the rate of it, so it will be kind of slow, and who knows how loud it's going to be, but yeah, so it might do that. There is no way of really seeing the progress unless you like take a picture of the screen and send it off to Be My Eyes or something like that. That is how you can see progress. But once that's done, it will boot up into the Setup Assistant like a brand new Mac, and I will show you that. Once Setup Assistant loads, I'll show you how that works. And I think it's on. That was actually really quickly. That was the quickest update I've ever seen. It basically was in that mode, and by the time I could start recording to show you what it was like, it restarted. My iPad is talking. I pulled it out because I was going to use it to have it look at the screen with me in my eyes, but I didn't need that, so I'll put it back away.
Screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press the command key while you press Touch ID 3 times at the right end of the touch bar. To learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the escape key.
I know that was kind of quiet, but what it said was macOS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. To turn on VoiceOver, press and hold the command key and press the Touch ID button 3 times. I will now do that.
Setup Assistant. Wind increase. Select your country or region.
And I cannot stand this voice that slow.
Rate pitch. Rate 60%. Select table. Row 1 of 258.
So I will speed it up a bit.
You are
And I'll
currently
turn
on
the
a
volume
table.
up too.
Increase system volume. Select table. Row 1 of 258. United States. Selected. You are currently on a tape.
And this is going to use VoiceOver's default settings. So
Table. Row 1 of 258. United States.
there's the region. And sorry if the audio cuts out the speaker
Button.
like that. It'll drop the audio like that out just because it goes to sleep. So keep that in mind as we go on here.
Button. Continue. Button.
It's saying continue.
From a Mac, Time Machine, or Startup Disk. Selected. Radio. How do you want to transfer your information? From a Mac, Time Machine, or Startup Disk. Selected. Radio button.
So you
are currently on a...
you can transfer your information from your other volume. I'm not going to do it, but I'll show you how that works. I'll also show you the other options here.
From a Windows PC, radio button. Set up with iPhone or iPad, radio button.
That is a new option in iOS 18.4 and later. Maybe I'll do a podcast on that.
Set up as new, radio button.
Set up as new. I'm just kind of making it reread it again if it cuts it off like that. I am going to have it select this.
Back button. Continue button.
To show you what it's like. I'm going to set it up as new, but I'll show you what the screen is like.
Security agent application. System dialog. In order to add new users to this system, we need to collect a password from an existing user who is authorized to unlock this volume. Please enter the password for the existing user Levi Gobin. Password, secure.
That is me, so I'll enter my password on my other macOS, which is my main macOS. I will enter the password for that operating system.
Setup Assistant. Window. Continue. Dimmed. Button. Continue. Back. Dimmed. Busy. Progress. Setup as new. Radio. Setup. Accessibility. Accessibility features adapt your Mac to your individual needs. You can turn them on now to help you fit.
Cognitive hearing button. Back. Not now. Back button.
So
You are currently on a button.
it's asking for accessibility. I'm gonna say not now.
Not now button. Table. No. Select your Wi-Fi network. Select your table. Other network. Back button. You are currently on a.
Okay, so I think it's not gonna give me the option to choose because it knows I have the startup disk on here. So I'm gonna go back and say set up as new.
Accessibility. Accessible cognitive. Back button. Transfer your data. You can. How do you from a Mac from a Windows setup with iPhone or selected. Set up as new. Selected. Set up as new. Radio
There we
button.
go. I'm gonna hit continue. Basically, what it would have done was it might have just been me or whatever. I don't know. But what it would have done was it would have shown your startup disk as well as any time machine stuff you had connected, as well as an option to connect to it over the network.
New. Set up with iPhone. Set up as new. Selected. Right back. But continue button. Accessibility. Accessibility vision button.
So I do
You are
want to
currently on the
customize
button.
a few things just to
Character
disable
palette.
animations. Oh, you can do that. Set up
Close button. Close button. Set up as
Okay.
mode vision button. Back. Continue. Back button. Back. Continue button. Turn on voiceover. Check. Continue button. Turn on voiceover. Check. Checkbox. Turn on voiceover. Check. Checkbox.
So if you can't
You are currently
navigate
on
like that and you can only tab to it, press Control Option Shift F4.
Continue. Back button.
And
Continue.
yeah, I guess you can't do that. You're gonna have to tab through them and hit space on the ones you're gonna want to check.
Voiceover. Back button. Continue. Turn on voiceover. Check. Back
I
button.
guess VoiceOver is the only one for that. I was gonna find the display and
Entering scope.
turn on reduced motion because it saves battery.
Motor. Vision. Accept vision. Motor. Hearing. Cognitive. Back button. Back. Hearing. Motor.
I'll
Button.
do that later. So I'm gonna hit
Cognitive. Back. Continue button.
continue.
You table. No selection. Select your Wi-Fi network. Table.
So what's my Wi-Fi?
Intake. Password. Secure edit text. You are currently on a text field. To enter text in this field, type. This is a secure text field. Text typed into this field will not be incorrect. Busy. Connecting. Back. Dimmed. Button. Connecting. Busy. Progress. Incorrect password. 9 password. Table. Row 7 of 24. Column 1 of 3. Window. Data and private. Personal data use.
Okay, it worked.
Personal data use. Data and privacy. This icon appears when an Apple feature asks to use your personal information. You won't see this with every feature since Apple collects this information only when needed to enable features, secure our services, or personalize your experience. Apple believes privacy is a fundamental human right, so every Apple product is designed to minimize the collection and use of your data, use on-device processing whenever possible, and provide transparency and control over your information. You are learn more button, back, but continue button. Create a local user account to administer this computer. Selected radio button. There is a previous user account on this computer. Create an account for that user on the current disk volume or create a new account. For either, you will need to enter the password for the previous user to continue.
I'm
You
gonna
are currently
create
on
an
a text-
account. I'm gonna create an account based on my other account.
Create a local user account. Click continue to set up your create a Mac account. There is a previous user. Create a local user account to administer this computer. Selected. Ready. Click continue. Create a local. Click continue to set up your local account. Create a local administrator account for Levi Gobin. Radio button. You are currently on a rate. Click continue to set up an account for Levi Gobin. Create a
I
local
will do
administrator.
that. Is there another
Click
option?
the back button.
No.
Click create a local administrator. Selected. Create a local. Click continue to set up it back. But continue button. Application. System dialog. Enter the password for Levi Gobin. No action available. System dialog.
It wants my password and I enter it.
Continue. Dim back. Creating a busy. Creating account.
It says
You are
creating
currently on a text
account.
element. Busy. Click create a local administrate. Click busy. Create back. Create busy. Progress indicator. You are
And
currently on a
when it says busy progress indicator like this, there is no progress bar. You're not gonna see like a percentage. It's gonna say busy and you don't know to select it. Okay, I am back. It was stuck at that screen forever where it was saying creating an account, press continue, whatever. If it does that and it's stuck, hold the power button down for about 10 seconds. It will then restart. You may have to hit the power button again or press a key to turn the computer back on. It will restart. You'll have to agree to the terms and conditions again. Then it will say welcome to Mac. And when you click continue, it boots you to the desktop like this.
enter password.
Or the login window. And I log in. I think I have to turn voiceover on.
Busy. Progress rate. Pip. Biz 55%. Window. Setup assist closing. Accessibility vision button. You are
And
currently on a
it's
button.
created me a user, obviously, but I don't think the options for Setup Assistant registered because I'm having to go through them again. So I'm gonna go.
Cognitive. But back. Dim. Not now. Button.
Not now.
Not now. Back. Busy. Cognitive. Button. Here. Busy. Back. Not now. Dim. Button. Dim. Data and private. This icon. Learn more. Back. Continue. Button.
Click continue on
Sign
this
email
again.
or phone number. Edit text.
That one's my Apple ID. I'm going to do this later.
The app forgot pass. Use different personal data. Set up later. Back. Set up. In alert. Dial. Skip. Skip.
I'll do
Default.
this not on the recording.
Don't skip.
Skip for now.
Find my personal back. But continue. But continue button.
Just agree to the stuff. Hit continue.
Back. About help app share crash and usage data with app developers. Dimmed uncheck. Check help app share Mac analytics with Apple. Check box. Uncheck help share help app about back. Continue button. Screen time. You are weak down to content screen. Set up app. But set up later
Set
button.
up later.
Apple Intelligence. New ways to Apple Intelligence. Intelligence that understands your personal context. Connect with the start of new way. Intelligence that understands your personal context. Connect to Wi-Fi and power to prepare for Apple Intelligence. New ways to express yourself. Enhance your writing. Create personalized images. And express yourself in more ways than ever. Set up Apple back. Set up about build for private. The start of a new ways to intelligent new the start of a new era for Siri. Siri is more natural, contextually relevant, and personal to you. Built for privacy. Powerful intelligence without sharing your data with Apple. About Apple Intelligence. Set up back. Set up Apple Intelligence. Set up later button. Apple Siri is an intelligent assistant that Apple stores transcripts of your set up back. Continue. Speak to Siri. To speak to back button. To speak to Siri. Say Siri or Hey Siri. Then your back. Continue button. Type to Siri. To type your request. Click the Siri button in the menu bar or press Command twice on the keyboard. Back button.
I changed
You are
that.
currently on a button.
But yeah.
Continue button. Siri, how's the set up later? Cancel. Siri, how's the set up later? But choose for me button. Table. No selection.
Now it's asking
You are
for me
currently
to
on-
choose a Siri voice. I'm gonna choose the one I want.
Choose a voice for features like Siri, Maps, and Safari. You can table. No in voice for.
The colors
Choose
of the
back.
sky
Continue
fade
button.
with the setting sun.
You are currently
as
on
the
a button.
stars begin to shine through the clear night.
I like that one.
Back button. Improve Siri and dictation allows Apple to not now. Improve not now. Select it.
Select out now,
Not now.
or whatever you
In
want.
back. Continue button. Continue. Touch ID. Located at the rightmost end of the touch bar above the keyboard. Image.
Now
You are
it's going to
currently
do
on an
Touch
image. To
ID.
begin interact, place your first enrollment phase. 23%. Lift your finger. Place your finger. 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 Second enrollment phase. 17. Lift your finger. Place your second enrollment phase. 33%. Lift your finger. Place your second enrollment phase. 50%. Lift your finger. Place your second enrollment phase. 67. Lift your finger. Place your second enrollment phase. 83%. Lift your finger. Place your finger. Touch ID is ready.
And it's ready.
Continue button. Choose your look. Select light, dark, toggle.
Dark saves battery, so I do that.
Auto. Toggle back. Continue. Update Mac automatically. Future software updates will be automatically downloaded and installed for you as they're released. You can manage this in software update settings.
That is fine,
You are currently on
considering
a-
what I'm using this for.
Only download automatically. Button. Back. But continue. Button. Welcome to Mac. Launchpad. 2. Support. Finder. Oh. Set. Update Mac automatic. Future. Busy. Back. Continue. Dim. Button. Setup assistant. Back. Dim. Continue. Back. Busy. Future software up. Setup application. Choose. Setup assist. Set. Welcome to Mac. Window. Welcome to Mac. Continue.
You sometimes have to go to the application chooser and select the Welcome to Mac window.
Welcome. Continue.
Just hit continue.
Finder. Desktop.
And now you're on your desktop. I am going to pause the recording, sign in with my Apple ID, and sync my voiceover preferences file over. I will show you how I do that. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to come back and show you in the next part of this podcast how you can sign up for beta updates. Whether that be public or developer, whatever it is, I'll show you how to sign up for them. Alright, well, I will see you back in a bit to show you how I sync preferences and check for beta updates. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and imported my preferences because I was tired of hearing Samantha, but I'll show you how to do it. What I wanted to show you now was, so I just signed into my Apple account. One thing I'm going to do, you necessarily don't have to if you have enough storage, is I'm going to turn off iCloud Drive on my beta testing partition. Otherwise, it's going to download 2 copies of it. I'll have the copy of it that's on my main partition and the copy of it that's on this partition, and that will eat up a lot of space, so I'm going to turn that off. iCloud button. iCloud, image, Levi Gobin, storage, 1, manage, button. Save to up, see all, photos, drive, passwords, drive. Sync this Mac, toggle for iCloud Drive, on. Dim on, keep a copy, button, cancel, keep remove from Mac. In dialog, cancel, but stop up can't progress in the iCloud Pref doc iCloud drive. Keep your files in sync. This done. Drive off button. Closing
And now
dialog
it's
drive.
off.
Finder.
And if it has downloaded anything, it will put in your home folder a folder called iCloud Drive Archive. So there's that. The next thing I'm going to show you is how I import my preferences. I'll show you a way to export them as well real quickly. I meant to do that earlier, but I'll show you real quickly. The easiest way to do it is Control-Option-Command F8.
Voice over utility.
Press Command-Shift-E.
Voice over archive.vopre.
You can leave that to whatever you want. You can go to the folder you want.
Where? Document. Show more options. Collapse all. Pop show. Search text. Side vertical column.
And
All.
then
Pop.
here's where you could change to a different folder.
Scroll all. Export. All. Pop-up button.
And this is where you can choose what you want to export. You can choose all, which will export your voices, your labels, your pronunciations, everything. And I have all those custom commands, custom everything. So if you want to export all of that to this partition, you can save that somewhere. So you have all.
Menu. 14 items. Check mark. All. Basic. Braille input keys. Hotspots. Labels. Pronunciations. Command assignments. Word processing activity. System default word
And
processing.
these are activities I have.
Closing. Export. New folder. Export.
And that just says export. Then you can hit
Save
save.
Utility categories.
And that saves your preferences to a .voprefs file.
Your desktop.
Now
in voiceover archive.voprefs voiceover utility.app document level 1.
Yours won't say voiceover utility document. It'll just say document, and when you open it, it will say there is no application set to open the document, whatever. The way you change that is you can hit Command I to open the info window.
Over archive.voprefs image.
And then you can go down to open with, that's at the bottom, so you can do Control-Option and or Control-Option function right arrow.
Voiceover archive 600 sharing and preview change all use this voice open with expanded
Open with, it will probably say text edit.
voiceover utility.app default pop-up button.
You can click this.
Menu 3 app store other ellipse apps check mark voiceover check mark app store other ellipse.
That'll probably say text edit. You can click other.
List view no selection.
And then what you can do
Out of file
is
browse.
top and right with the scroll area.
Enable recommended applications pop-up
Change this to
button. All applications.
all applications.
Closing menu. Interact with it. Enable. In file browse list in activity monitor.
Then you can go to
Voiceover
voiceover
utility.
utility. Then hit Command O.
Voiceover utility.app default pop-up button. Closing
Didn't
dialog.
do anything. But then what you'd want to do to make it the default
Use this application. Change all.
is
Button.
click Change All.
Cancel. Are you sure you want to change all similar documents to open with the application voiceover utility.app? This change will apply to all documents with extension .voprefs. Continue. Default.
And
button.
it's already set that way, but I'll click Continue just because why not?
Now in voiceover archive.voprefs info. Change all button.
One thing I forgot to mention in this part of the recording was that once you have made that change to the info window, the way you open the files, you hit Command O.
Finder to voiceover archive.voprefs voiceover utility.app document.
And you can hit Command O, and this will open it with voiceover utility.
Open. Voiceover utility, OK button. Voiceover utility alert image. Are you sure you want to import preferences? Importing preferences will completely replace your current preferences. Importing preferences cannot be undone. Cancel button.
And this is just a basic preference file. It has nothing new, so I'm going to hit Cancel. But if you were to hit OK, it would do the same thing.
Utility categories.
So thought I would throw that in there, and now back to the rest of the recording. So that is how you'd import your preferences. Now time for the fun stuff. Say a new beta is out, which currently there isn't, but there are no 0.6 updates yet as of the time of recording, but I'm sure there will be. Say a new beta comes out, how do you update? I'll show you that now. I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Apple menu and open System Settings.
Apple, about this Mac system settings ellipsis. Closing menu, lit system, now in window. Stop.
And I'm already in the general category, so I'm going to do Control-Option function right arrow.
Scroll area. In scroll
Interact.
area. About software update button.
Software update.
Software update. toolbar.
And if you've previously signed up for any of the beta programs, you will see them listed in the beta updates section. Otherwise, if you haven't signed up, you will not see the beta updates screen, and you'll have to sign up.
Software update. 11 items selected. Image. Your Mac is up to date. Selected. Image. Your Mac is up to selected. Image. macOS Sequoia 15.5. Check for update button.
You can check for update there.
macOS updates and security responses. Automatic updates.
I told this thing to automatically do updates. I'm gonna click
OS
this
updates and security response. Show detail button.
or show detail on this.
Download new automatic. Download new updates when available. On. Install macOS updates. On. Install application updates from the App Store. Off. Off. Install application. System dialog. Use system settings. Install security responses and done. But
And all
show
that's on.
off. Beta updates.
I'm
Show
going
detail.
to click show detail on beta updates because it's available here.
5 items. Off. Beta updates. Off. Beta updates. Pop-up button. Receive beta updates on this Mac and provide feedback to help make Apple software even better. Learn Apple account. Use a different done. Use a different Apple account for
You can use a different
beta updates.
Apple account right there.
Beta update. Off. Beta updates. Pop-up button. Menu. 3 items. Check mark. Off.
So I only have 3 items, but let's just say you're doing this on the day of WWDC, you're gonna have 4 items. And if you're doing this from the public betas out, you're likely gonna have 5 items.
Mark. Off. macOS Sequoia Developer Beta. macOS Sequoia Public Beta. macOS Sequoia Public.
And below that, it's gonna say whatever the name is for macOS 16, but it's gonna say macOS 16 Developer Beta, macOS 16 Public Beta. You'd click one of those, and then it would put you on the corresponding update channel. As of now, I don't think there's a new beta update.
Sequoia Developer Beta.
I'll do this because this is what I'm doing for now until macOS 16 comes out.
Closing menu. macOS Sequoia Developer Beta. Beta updates. Pop-up button.
And now we are on the beta channel for developer betas.
macOS Sequoia Developer Beta. Receive beta up. Apple done. Done.
Now I
Button.
click done.
Software update. Closing software update. Installed. macOS Sequoia 15.5. On. Auto show macOS Sequoia check for update. macOS Sequoia 15.5. Check on. Showed Mac showed you help but you show Mac show on check for update.
And I'll check for update, but I don't think there's gonna be
For updates.
any beta updates. But I'll check anyway.
Checking for your Mac is up to date.
Yeah. If there was a beta update, you'd check for update and it would show it. And then you'd click update, just like any other normal software update, and then you'd be on the beta and you can enjoy the new features. Alrighty, so that is an in-depth tutorial on installing a second version of macOS to another partition, to setting it up, and getting it ready for beta testing. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
This podcast was brought to you by the community at applevis.com. Applevis, empowering people who are blind, deafblind, or who have low vision to get the most from Apple products and related technologies. A proud member of the Be My Eyes family. For more information, visit our website at www.applevis.com.